So hello everyone. So welcome back to another maybe kind of a different video that I'm going to do from now on. Like these are not going to be regular videos. It might be like it depends what you call regular because I'll be putting up these videos only when I finish a book. So basically, by the title and by the everything, by the image that is on the screen right now, you know that it's a book review. So why am I doing this? So basically, what happens is I like reading a lot of football books, and I when I went online, like you do not really have people, like reviewing books, or at least I have not come across, or maybe they are there and I have not been introduced to them in various forms, or those content have not reached me till now. So what I thought is I'll be reviewing books as I read them, or the ones that I have already read, I'll be reviewing them. Like coming up, like I'll be sharing my views on the book, how it's written, what are takeaways, and whether you should read them or what type of book it is. So the first book that I'm going to review is Suarez by Luca Caioli. It's I think 2014 book, but I read the 2015 updated version. So you have till the first year at Barcelona when he played an amazing season with other in part of the trio, Emerson trio. So the book is by Luca Caioli and it's about the main character is Luis Suarez. First, I'll move on to the author, and the author is Luca Caioli, who is amazing author. I spoke to him, I think a week back, and at least from the date of recording, a week back, and I released an interview with him, which was amazing to get his insights. Like how he writes a book and what all is the process of writing a book, and how long does it take him, what is his thought process while writing, and what is the style generally, what does he want to achieve, and how many books he wants to write. So he's an amazing author. You can go and check out the interview. I'll put the link. I mean, it will come in the end screen, or it might come in as a like card on top. So who is Luca Caioli? So Luca Caioli is the best. He has written a lot of books. First of all, he has written above 35 books, and some of his best books are like the one where he has all three of them: Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar. I think that's the title. So that is an amazing book. He has written separate books on Messi, Neymar, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Griezmann, Martial, and a lot of other like characters of the game. You can go and search for him and you'll get. Basically, he's written about 30 books. So he has covered almost everyone of the present generation. I think he started with Ronaldinho. So Luca Caioli is an amazing author, and you should go and check him out if you get time. So moving on, like I'll say, like other works of his are like you can see in the picture: Messi, Neymar, Ronaldo, as I mentioned, Griezmann, Pogba, Mbappe, Ronaldo, Neymar, and Messi. So I have a few of them. So I'll be reviewing them, of course. And let's see how it goes. So I have read his first book, that is Suarez, which I have with me right now, 2015 edition. That is. So first, for our listeners right now, many of you all do not watch football and just like reading books. So you all need to know who is Luis Suarez, the main character. And it's not kind of a like spoiler, because you know who Luis Suarez is. You can like everyone knows actually, whoever is reading this book. So Luis Suarez is the main character of the book, of course, and he was born in 24th of January 1987 in Salta in Uruguay. He's a striker. His main job on the field is to score goals primarily. Assisting is separate, but he plays as a different role, but his main job is to score goals. He has played for multiple clubs, starting with Nacional, then moving to Groningen in Netherlands, then moving to Ajax in Netherlands itself, where he achieved a lot, and also there were a lot of controversies. Then he got his mega big move to Liverpool, where he hits amazing heights along with amazing lows. Then he moved to Barcelona, which I feel is the most crucial and most successful part of his career. And now, of late, he has moved to Atletico Madrid, and we do not know what's going to happen. Probably when you're watching this, you already know how it has panned out, maybe in the future, but I do not know. He has just scored 2 goals in his first game for Atletico Madrid right now. So I do not know what's happening. So about the book is very well written, in the sense that when I spoke to Luca, even he mentioned like he wants to write a book which even a 10-year-old can read, and even a 100-year-old can read. Tactics are minimal, and it's more about Suarez and his journey all the way from Salta, how he came up, what are the difficulties he faced. There are talks with his coaches who coached him during his youth sides and players who were involved with him. Also, they are like I like Luca's writing in the sense that He speaks to people who are not entirely involved in the game. Like there are some talks or interviews in the book with a musician from Uruguay who probably does not for is not a involved in football directly, but is a hardcore fan. So his or her view on Luis Suarez or the main character, is different. So like I would say, like it's a very good read, especially for young children. Like just to maybe improve the English also, and not have the English like me, which is very very basic and maybe not very grammatically correct. And the book is quite good. So the major takeaways for me is Luis Suarez is a fighter. Like from the first chapter till the last chapter, you realize he's a fighter. He has always fought for his career. He has always fought for his dreams right from the start. Like playing in Salta, youth football to all the way now. Although the book covers only till Barcelona to Atletico Madrid, I might even go ahead and say he has fought throughout his career. And that guy is a fighter. On the pitch. Off the pitch, the book has given you the vibes that he's a very family man, and I think so because like of the little that I've followed him during his like spaces during his career, I think he's a very very family man. Off the pitch, on the pitch, he's a different monster. He bites, he does everything to win, and probably that's just the way South Americans play, and the like Uruguayans mentality is when they are growing up. So secondly, what I could take away from this book, and especially about Suarez, is his passion for improvement. Amazing, amazing, amazing guy. He played for Nacional for a year. When he was 18, then he moved to Groningen. Not that because he got more money, which also may be a factor. I cannot go and vouch for that, but just for the fact that first of all, his girlfriend used to stay in Barcelona, so he wanted to be near, and Netherlands is near to Barcelona in comparison to Uruguay. So he wanted to move there. Nacional was a step up. Then from Groningen was a step up from Nacional, and from Groningen he moved to Ajax after a year itself. And in Ajax he spent around 4 years, which were which propelled him to maybe European limelight little bit, because he was a captain at the age of 21, and he also, I think he was the highest goal scorer 1 year, but due to the Dutch goal scoring efficiency being low, in the sense that their goals are counted less or have lesser value than maybe a English Premier League or a top 4 league, he didn't win the Golden Boot. So it propelled him to that limelight in Europe, which probably Groningen could not have provided. And then after Ajax, the obvious next step was next big club, that is Liverpool. So Liverpool was a different ball game altogether, because when he went there, now you're being watched by I don't know how many people, all over the world. And he had to step up his game. And from the very first day at his club, as I said, he's a fighter. He fought for his way, and he always came up kind of on top. He always did what he wanted. And after Liverpool, he moved to Barcelona, which again, historically or right now, Liverpool and historically maybe Liverpool are a bigger club than Barcelona. But then, right then, when Luis Suarez moved to Barcelona, Barcelona were bigger than Liverpool. And also the Barcelona connection was that his girlfriend and his girlfriend's family, but when he was at Liverpool, his wife's family stayed at Barcelona. So it was always a dream to play for Barcelona for him, and he moved there and he performed extremely well after coming from a band when you were serving a band when he moved to Barcelona. And he performed extremely well, and then of late he moved to Atletico, which he unwillingly wanted to move. Although you can say it's a parallel move. He wanted to move to Juventus, but I think there was some scandal there of cheating scandal. So he moved to Atletico. Although you should bear in mind that this is the first time Luis Suarez didn't want to leave a club. So, it's not like he wanted to leave for a bigger club, which there are very few. Probably going back to Liverpool was the other option, to move in terms of a bigger club right now. So Atletico is a good club. So next up, we have controversies and English media. So I'll take them one by one because there are a lot of things to cover. So controversies. Luis Suarez and controversies go hand in hand. You cannot separate them. And it's just something that you get with the player. There's a Jekyll and a Hyde to Luis Suarez. You don't know what you're going to get. But I think at least 80 to 90% of the time, you get a good guy who is a proven winner, fighter on the pitch. and who'll do anything to win. And maybe sometimes you get the bad things which probably he should iron out, and he kind of ironed out during his Barcelona days. We did not see that much. So the major controversies that I learnt about in the book, which I also knew already, but in the book they give you a more detailed, like description of what happened and how it happened. So for first was the Ottoman Bakal bite, as you can see in the picture down below. I'll just move the my yeah. So yeah. So Ottoman Bakal bite was the first one when he bit a player from PSV. I think he got a 7-match ban for that. Then the major other controversy was the hand of God or hand of devil, whichever side or whatever you want to coin it, because in Uruguay and Suarez they call it hand of God, and in Ghana and Africa and mostly in England they call it hand of devil. That's a different story. I'll cover that in the English media part. And then you have the Ivanovic bite, which again he served I think 10-match ban, and the Chiellini bite, which he served the 7-month ban, I guess 7 or 4-month ban, and 9 games international. So, and also there is a other part of the racism scandal, which was involved with between Suarez and Evra. With Suarez, at least according to the book, Suarez has always stated that he is extremely sorry for the 3 biting incidents, but the racism scandal, he was not involved, at least from Suarez's point of view. So I'm leaving that one out. So, hand of God, hand of devil. Now we'll move on. First, I'll touch on the hand of God, hand of devil. The one part that we always try to neglect is, like, it's kind of like a witch hunt where, like, people want the extremely good people to kind of fail. Because for Suarez, what happens is, in the book, at least in the book, what I could learn is, like how it was very disheartening maybe for the fans of Ghana and the players of Ghana and also the entire African nation, because you really don't have not had a African nation win the World Cup, and maybe Ghana would not win the World Cup maybe, but like there's just that false hope that yeah they could have won, and probably I don't know, like so Luis Suarez was termed as the ultimate villain in Ghana, and you said that it was a hand of devil. So in the book they give you the author, when you're speaking to one of the persons, the other person gives a description of how like the same things have been repeated in history. I have marked it with red in the screen. I think you can see, like in 1990 World Cup, Spain were Uruguay were playing Spain, and Francisco Villarroya pushed the ball off the line with his hand. He was not even sent off. Yellow card and penalty. No one called it hand of devil. Okay, not a problem. Generally, the English media is the first one to run around and create a ruckus around all these small things. 1966, the only saving grace of the English fraternity in terms of World Cups and in terms of football as a whole, the late Jackie Charlton performed similar heroics, and England went to win the World Cup. So, like you should take everything with a pinch of salt. It happens regularly. Thierry Henry did it to make France qualify for the World Cup, but it ended badly in the World Cup. Maradona did it, and they called it hand of God. Why has Maradona's goal been called hand of God and Suarez's goal been called hand of devil? So, there are a lot of questions to ask, and like I think the author leaves it to the readers to like interpret what he or she wants to. And I really like this part, like how he goes around talking to different people, generally fans, and takes their perspective. And probably I would never know that the late Jackie Charlton did something like that, and I learned it through this book. And I think these are some facts which I really enjoyed reading. Moving on to the English media, and this is the most interesting part for me. English media, for me, not everyone, but generally, are very foolish. They might be very, very articulate with the words, but that's the only thing they're good at. I would even go as far as saying English media is the major reason why England do not win or England are not successful. They really do not know, or like they are just those type of people who, if English media was a YouTube channel, you would have only clickbait videos. You would have clickbait thumbnails. Like that is that kind of mentality that they have. I'll give you an example. The Chiellini bite incident. Chiellini and Italy, the national team, who are the most involved in the incident, other than Uruguay and Luis Suarez, they complained a little bit to the press and they moved on. Whereas, and also the Italian press, they complained a little bit and they moved on. Whereas the English media, they went on and on and on till now. I think if Luis Suarez comes back to play a team in England, they'll bring that reference. What did the Italian media do separately? That kind of makes me, like think, okay, they are a little mature. Was that they blame their team for such a poor performance in the World Cup, which is rightly so. Italy being knocked out in the group stage is also a very big disgrace. Also, not to forget, in the same World Cup, some other team wearing white jersey in the same group was knocked out from the group stage with tails behind their legs. They moved back. And what did they press cover? Luis Suarez. What they did not cover was their own team's failings and how they should move forward. So that's a different ball game altogether. English media, I think they are notoriously famous for all this what they do. But nonetheless, they are doing their jobs. They have to get food on the table for their family, and I get what they're doing. If that's what sells over there, if that's the general thing that is being bought or being consumed, I wouldn't blame them. So moving on the verdict of the book, as I already said, it's a very simply written book. If you are someone, if you are connoisseur of stats, if you're a statistician, or if you like something like this book is not as complex, basically, as something like inverting the pyramid. Like it's not something like that. It's something more simple, and it's something that everyone can consume. Like whether you are, like as already mentioned, whether you're a 10-year-old guy or a girl, or you're a 100-year-old person, you can consume this book. You can read through it. It's a light read. Personally, for me, I'm one of the inverting the pyramid guy, but I wouldn't, like this is a quite a relaxed read where I wouldn't have to go, okay, like what happens with inverting the pyramid, I wouldn't talk much about it, but I'll just give you a gist of it. Is that if I'm reading that book, and in general, what I do is I take I open a note on the side, and as I read through, I write down or jot down names of people, coaches, managers who are very famous in the past and whom I have to read up on. Like it's kind of a, like to better understand the book. It's kind of a work that I have to do. But in terms of Suarez, the chapters are small, the fonts are bigger. It's like a light read, especially when you're traveling. I think this is a very good book. So like on that note, I think we have come to the end. And what do you do? So I think if you have the option, go ahead and read this book. This is a very good one-time read. You wouldn't want to read it twice. If not for the facts or not for the story of Luis Suarez, just read to maybe like improve your English. There's that much. And yeah, so till next time, take care, stay safe. And I will be doing this whenever I complete a book. I'll try to come up with a new video. I don't know how long it will take, or how fast or how late it will be. Depends on what's my reading speed. Although I have few books already on the line which I have already completed, and which I have to maybe call back a little bit, maybe go through a little bit again to give a proper verdict on the book and try to maybe explain it for the future buyers, potential buyers. So yeah, so it may take time. Maybe 2 videos a month on this topic may be good, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can comment in the description below, and if you have not description, comment section below. And if you have already read the book, do mention like what did you feel about the book. Do you think Luca writes well, or does he suit your style of reading, what you want to read? So till the next time, take care, stay safe, bye.